So Enlisted's new quote-unquote guerrilla update has just been released, and right now I'm gonna rush and do one thing, and that is the HS-129B3. For those who don't know, or for those who don't know this thing at all, it is called the Panzer quacker. And it's mainly due to a few things. The look of this thing, if you look at the nose, it looks like a duck, and if you look at the gun, which is a 75mm, it can essentially quote-unquote quack planes and tanks, of course, hence the name Panzer Quacker. In this video, we're going to be covering the HS-129B3, the history, the stats, and whether or not you should get it. And without further ado, let's get started. This video has been made possible for the friends at Discord, so that's that. And let's get started with the history. By the mid-1930s, the ground attack aircraft was mainly seen as a tool for disrupting logistics and targeting poorly defended positions. For well-defended tactical targets, dive bombers were preferred. However, the German Condor Legion in the Spanish Civil War showed that the lack of ground airplanes could be highly effective even with unsuitable aircraft. Meaning, if you put a massive gun on a plane and then send it to battle, it can do some damage. This led to the Luftwaffe to support the development of dedicated ground attack aircraft. In 1937, the Reich Aviation Ministry issued a specification for a new ground attack aircraft that will be heavily armored to withstand small arms fire. It will be powered by engines not in use by existing aircraft to avoid distributing war production. Of the companies that responded, Heinchel's design, the HS-129, was chosen in 1938. A later variant, which is the HS-129B3, was armed with the powerful BK 7.5 cannon, enabling it to destroy tanks but adding weight that reduced the overall performance. Only 25 of these B3 variants ever reached the front lines by 1944, and despite their effectiveness, they meant little impact due to the war and due to their limited numbers. In terms of the stats, the HS-129B3 is essentially a crew of one, which is interesting considering the size, and the armament of 75mm BK 7.5 cannon with 13 rounds, and two 7.92 machine guns. That said, the maximum speed is 460, which is actually pretty good, and the best turn time is 23 seconds, which is obliviously terrible for this tier. As a matter of fact, at any tier, it's pretty bad. And let's move on to the verdict. In terms of the verdict, this flies like a brick. The 75mm gun is devastating while able to destroy tanks in one shot, and against infantry it can hold its own. The main issue here is flying this thing, because as I said, this flies like a brick, because, well, the best turn time is extremely bad, but the speed is pretty good, so essentially you will be going in straight lines. Once in combat, it's kind of hard to turn this thing and aim your guns on target, although it takes some practice in doing it. Overall, this is a joy to fly, not in the sense that it can fly very well, but in the sense that the 75mm gun just destroys everything. Like, the amount of times I was able to destroy tanks is so fun that I was laughing my head off every time I destroyed a tank. That said, that's all it for this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and join the Discord. Have a great day, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.